civic engagement and virtues. My 10th grade biology teacher challenged my whole class from the first day, saying people will fail this class. This not only motivated me, but my whole class. He taught us so much within 1 year. The day after our family friend's son had died of cancer, I was a wreck but still tried to go to school. Upon walking in, my teacher saw me and instantly knew something was wrong. Rather than just ignoring it as a bad day, he pulled me inside his room and I told him what had happened. He was so sensitive and understanding to the subject. In class that day, we had a moment of silence for Sean and spent the whole class researching his particular cancer and showing research options. It was so hard trying to cope with such a terrible situation, but knowing that he cared enough to show me that there is a hope for other people out there within the disease and people are working toward a cure, so no one has to suffer from what he did, was just an amazing way to help me get through the day. Every year, he emails me on the anniversary of Sean's passing. The fact that he's still able to show how much he cares even though I have graduated puts him more than a teacher to me, mentor. Through the countless hours of help and support, I was able to grow not just as a person but as an individual within society and have given back as much as possible. Today, I'm on the bone marrow list, and when somebody matches my tissue, I will be offering the gift of life to them, regardless of what physical pain it may cause me. I know it is worth it. I don't think I could instill the value just lecturing her, but she was able to build this a wonderful character and civic responsibility because her teacher showed her through the caring. So I think if I want to add one more to that list, is a care. That's the human social intelligence and care. But what's really sad to me is that I asked this question 100 college students. No single student actually nominate their professor as the best teacher they ever remember. And that makes us think about it in a way.
It's all grade school teachers and all high school teachers, and bless them, but we're college professors, and what does that say about how we envision our role? And it's shameful, I think. I think we're these giant pulsating heads. Another study will be very brief. We've learned that trauma, exposure to trauma, as long as it doesn't kill you, actually can bolster certain character strengths. Nietzsche said that which does not kill us only makes us stronger. Well, we've got some data. The data are not strong enough that we'd want to go around programming trauma for our loved ones. But what it does mean is that when bad things happen to people, we don't write them off and we don't have to tiptoe around them for the rest of their lives. They actually have learned some lessons. They're more religious, they're more grateful, they're kinder, they actually have more hope, probably because they survived, and they're certainly braver. Other people matter. No one does alone. That's a college graduation. We want to just end up here talking about some of our ideas about how to develop character strengths. And you're going to give us an extra 5 minutes, right? One person grudgingly said, yeah, lunch is terrible today, okay?
So we actually put the test, is it, identifying your signature strengths and use it actually lead to, the happier lives. So we recruit actually ordinary people, and so they identify their character strengths using this via strengths, and then we ask them to actually use it in a new way, so they can choose any strengths they want along the signature strengths in a new way each day. And after we work with them for a week, and they were actually on their own, and then we follow them for 6 months to see whether that has any impact. what we found was, as you can see here, look at the, by the way, we use actually randomized control design, and that's actually state of art in studying, the effect of intervention. So pay attention to the dark bar. So we are looking at depression symptoms. It actually significantly decreased the symptoms of depression over 6 months. And this is very powerful because a lot of times the depression treatment, many of them are effective. The problem is actually recurrence, relapse. If life hits you, then actually you fall down. But so this result is actually very, very encouraging. So not able to decrease, they are able to maintain those gains. We also look at actually happiness, whether it increases happiness. As you can see in the dark bar, not only it increases, the level of happiness continuously increased even over 6 months. So it seems like once they identify their strengths and start using it, it actually, their life actually take on. So it almost like an upward spiral. So it's again, it's very encouraging. And some of our colleagues started using these character strengths in the VA, Veterans Hospital, in the clinical setting. And what they found was the veterans who identify their character strengths. So simply taking this test and identifying their strengths itself to become actually intervention, it motivate them to do better. I know we are running out of time, but this is very interesting. One veteran